Hey YouTube, Animalz07 here with a review of NXT Takeover REvolution. Just wanted to start off here. This is my first review of another show, and I'm just going to briefly talk about NXT to start here real quick. I just want to say, going into the show, I was definitely more hyped for this show than WWE's TLC show, and I think that's something that they could easily learn from. Something about WWE on the main roster needs to change, and they could learn a lot from NXT, I feel. NXT has been phenomenal all year, hands down. It's definitely worth the price of the network if you're not sure on whether or not to get it. And if you haven't seen the show, I'm going to suggest that you just turn it off now and go watch it before I get through all this and go through some spoilers. And if you're looking for my recommendation, you're going to want to stick around and listen. So to start off the show, we definitely had a pre-show opening, which basically told the future of Corey Graves, which is he's retiring from in-ring competition due to all his injuries and concussions, is what I believe it's from. And it's sad to see Corey Graves gone, but hopefully he makes a good announcer, and I'm excited to see what he could do. So I say let's give him a chance. We kick off the night. First match, we have Kevin Owens versus CJ Parker. Kevin Owens debuted phenomenally, also known as Kevin Steen for Ring of Honor fans. And he did a great job here. He came out like a house of fire, and he did his thing, got in the ring and kicked some ass, and I think he did a good job. CJ Parker has done a phenomenal job enhancing talent. I know a lot of people don't like him oftentimes, but I think he's done a great job in the role he's been given. He's been in the developmental territories for WWE for quite some time, and I think he's done a great job. Just some sick moves in here. He showed his athleticism. He showed the fans what he's all about, and I think he did a great job. Then next we go over the interviews with like Adrian Neville and Sami Zayn, which were really good, done by Michael Cole, like the weekly ones he always does. I thought they did a great job with that. And then we went to the match with the Lucha Dragons versus the Vaudevillains for the tag titles. Another solid match. Can't say anything really bad about it. They did their thing in the amount of time they had. Very impressed with Kalisto. He's been crushing it in Sin Cara or Hunico, whatever you want to call him. He's also done a phenomenal job, and he's been a good hand to always have around. Same with the Vaudevillains. I think they're a great team, and it's just not their time yet. I'm not sure how that gimmick would work on the main roster with them, but I could definitely see the Lucha Dragons working very well. That's another great match. Lucha Dragons retain the belts in this one. Definitely another match to check out. Next, they had Ty Dillinger come out, and you're wondering, well, what's he doing out here? Because if he's not a tag match, it's not going to be that competitive for him. And they send out Baron Corbin, and the fans do the countdown gimmick, basically count him down. And it was a little bit longer than they thought it was going to go, but Baron Corbin has been doing a phenomenal job. Hopefully he can have a longer match than what he's been having. But Baron Corbin did what he had to do and picked up the win. And they even teased at the end that him and Bull Dempsey are going to get into it. And I like it that they held off on it on this show, because this show is jam-packed with a lot of stuff. So Baron Corbin and Bull Dempsey is something that I think would be a good match for maybe the next special, or even something on NXT main event for one of the shows coming up that they're going to record. Then we get into some more packages and stuff they had, and then they had the Hideo Itami and Finn Balor, versus the Ascension. This feud has been pretty good, something solid for the Ascension to do until they get called up to the main roster since dropping the belts. This feud's felt very old school territorial, where when you're leaving a territory back in the day, you would end up dropping your belt and putting someone over on the way out. And I think that's exactly what the Ascension have done here. And the Ascension remind me of a former Legion of Doom APA kind of style. And they've done a good job with everything. I think they'll be fine on the main roster. Hideo Itami and Finn Balor, two internet darlings. People love them. Can't say that I don't. They're great wrestlers, and I'm glad they get to show off their skills in NXT. I think that Hideo Itami needs more time down there. He's still to me feels like he's missing something, but tonight he showed a great deal of improvement in this match. I don't know if he was holding back or what's going on with him, but he showed a lot tonight, and I think with some more polish in NXT, he'll be good to go for the main roster. Finn Balor, awesome entrance is all I could say. If you want to see, if you're a fan of Prince Devitt before he came into NXT, you have to see his entrance tonight. I thought WWE did it phenomenal. Imagine what this would be like at a WrestleMania when you're watching it. Like, this guy has it. He's going to get called up probably sooner than we all think. And I think Finn Balor has what it takes to be the man down in NXT. And I can see him winning the belt or getting called up very quickly. Awesome match. They tease a lot of stuff in here. And it was actually back and forth, which a lot of people thought maybe they were going to let Hideo Itami and Finn Balor just dominate, and they didn't. They let the Ascension get a lot of their work in, and they even teased some spots like with Hideo Itami looking like he was going to do the GTS. He didn't get to hit it, though. I was waiting for the CM Punk chance to erupt from that, but it didn't work out that way. Awesome match, and basically they went over Hideo Itami and Finn Balor. I don't like the double stomp that they've been using. I think that's an overused spot a little bit in wrestling. But awesome match, and I can't knock the guys. I'm not a wrestler, but good stuff here. I'm really impressed. Hopefully the Ascension makes their way up to the main roster real soon from it. Next we get into the women's match. This is another quick little mini rant here for WWE. Please learn from NXT, Triple H, whoever's in charge of this. This is what we want to see from the Divas. Give them 10 to 12 minutes in the ring, and we'll care about these matches. Charlotte Flair and Sasha Banks, great match for what I was expecting from them. They tore down the house. Sasha really impressed me even more than Charlotte. Charlotte I know is pretty good. Sasha, I was like, yeah, maybe this won't be as good as like Paige and Emma, but they did a really good job and put Charlotte over clean here. Helps out from that loss on Monday. I don't know why that had to occur or why that happened the way it did. Wasn't a fan of it, but we'll keep it moving here. So we'll see where this feud goes with Charlotte and Sasha. I'm not sure. If anyone has any thoughts below what they think could happen, please leave it. In the main event, I guess, Adrian Neville versus Sami Zayn for the championship. This match is how you tell a story from beginning to end. And this is something I would love for Monday Night Raw, SmackDown, WWE in general, just to learn from. Please make sure that you learn the storytelling elements like they did in this match. I don't know if it's NXT just knows what to do or if they have the time to do it, but this timing, everything worked out perfectly with this match. Sami Zayn came in as such a sympathetic character that you had to cheer for him. I mean, if you're a wrestling fan, you're heartless if you couldn't cheer for Sami Zayn. He deserved it, and he kept doing the right thing and couldn't get over. He kept making mistakes, and all that would come into play in this match where Sami was battling himself throughout the match of doing the right thing and making mistakes, and Adrian Neville still went to take advantage of it each time. It's an awesome match. Please go out of your way to watch this match. I think that you'll see how great both of these competitors are. And they're both definitely ready for the main roster. I just don't know if they have spots for them yet, for them to be filled into. Awesome match. And long story short, in the end, Sami Zayn goes over, but there's a lot of stuff in here that you have to see for yourself to believe it. Sami Zayn goes over, long celebration, people are happy, crying, fans are just going crazy for him. You get the confetti, the roster comes out, and WWE sets it up. They even have Kevin Owens come out, give him a big hug. They touched on them being friends throughout the show. And the heartfelt moment, and Sami's in the ring by himself. And then at the very end, Kevin Owens comes back out to give him the hug. And as they're walking up the ramp, holds up his hand and slams his head down on the grate. Couldn't believe it. I was saying that it could happen, but it wasn't until right when that moment happened. And then he powerbombed him on the apron, and that looked sick. I couldn't believe how they ended the show. It looks like it's going to be a good year for 2015 for NXT if they keep these guys down there. Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn feud, Oh yes, if you've seen the Ring of Honor stuff, now that it's going to be on the main stage, I think it's going to be just as awesome for everyone who gets to watch it. So if you get a chance, guys, check out NXT REvolution. It was an awesome show. Highly recommend it. This is the first of my reviews. If you like it, leave me a like. If you want to hear some more, subscribe. Leave your feedback below. Any advice you have for me. And that's all I got to say. Check out the show. Animalz out.